Now when you're taking the balls out of here, if there's a whole bunch jammed up, you want to be careful of this part right here, this metal part. You see the ball, it's resting up against that metal, and then there's another one back there. Those have to be in the exact precise location. If they get bent a little bit, then the machine won't shoot properly. It's a regulator system that allows only one ball to enter into the shooter lane at a time. So if you're ever in here working or getting balls out, just be careful you don't bend these parts, because then the machine won't work properly. So we'll just zoom out so you have a point of reference. So the play tray door is open. You have your assembly here to load balls into the shooter lane, and then there's the regulator. So one of the most important things with these machines is to keep it loaded with balls so that all the levers in back will function properly. There's a little window right here, and you can sort of see just a couple of balls there. There's actually plenty of balls in there now, but if that window is ever empty and you don't see any balls, then it's time to refill the back. Okay, that covers the basic setup of your machine, get you up and going. Our instruction DVD has lots of tips and tricks for operating and troubleshooting general Pachinko machines. This one, the mechanics are very similar to the ones covered in the machines, but I wanted to go over just a couple of troubleshooting techniques specific to this machine. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to artificially create some ball jams, which is the most common issue. So and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to empty the balls out of the machine. And so you'll see how to empty the balls out. There's a slide right here, and we're going to slide it over. So that's emptied the balls out. There's still some here in the jackpot assembly, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push these, actually they're already over because I slid that over, so that pushes those two metal pieces out of the way. Now I can lift up on this. Okay, now all the balls that were in here, actually there's still one more in here, I forgot about that. So you do this, and that gets all of them out, and then you want to push this rocker. There was just one behind it. Okay, now they're all out. So the machine's set up properly. I'm going to drop a ball into a pocket, and it's going to flow in the machine. It's going to flow through the seesaw. The seesaw is going to tip. Then the ball is going to roll here onto this piece of metal, this long arm that goes across, and it's going to go down part way and stop, because I don't have any balls on the top of the machine. Okay, so it's stopped. It's not going to pay out. If we keep playing, we could have a lot of balls back up here. So let's take a look at that. Actually what they do is they back up first at the seesaw, so nothing's happening. And now I've got 3 backed up there. So the way to take care of this ball jam, the simplest thing to do is just add balls to the top. So we're going to go ahead and add balls to the top, and when we do, this will drop down here and stop. Okay, now with balls in the machine, all you have to do to completely reset this is just push down. You get this long wire here, and it's attached to this piece of metal. If we push it down, then that ball drops out, the arm resets, and your jackpot is full again. Recreate that and add a little to it. Okay, so there's one there. Let's say we had a bunch of jackpots backed up. And if we activated the seesaw to get them all out, then they'll come down here and then they'll jam up, and the weight of them will cause them not to fall out. So we could push down on this metal, one may fall out or none. So then what we have to do is move this entire arm that goes all the way across. Let me zoom out and show you how to do that. Okay, that long arm comes all the way across. It's attached to this bar that goes up, and then it comes across here. These two pieces of metal can hit on this piece of metal and block it. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to hold this down, and then we're going to take our other hand and lift this bar up and down. And we did that several times until the weight of the balls shifted and they all fell out. Okay, that takes care of most of the problems that you may encounter with this machine. It is, 40 plus years old. It's mechanical, so sometimes the levers will get out of alignment. And so these are some tips and tricks on how to resolve that. Let me show you one last thing, Clifton. In the back of the machine, these older models didn't have keys. The way you would open the machine from the frame was here in this corner, and in the other side you have two wing nuts. If I loosen those wing nuts, then the machine would tilt forward and then you could lift it up out of the frame. You really won't need to do that for home use, but since those wing nuts were there, I wanted to explain what their purpose is. Clifton, I hope you all enjoy this machine. Thanks so much.